bit about me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation tonight. And I'm wondering whether you've been patched yet. These patches are really quite incredible, and I was really mind blown when I met them at the beginning of February from an old friend of mine. So I'm Dr. Allie. I'm a GP. I've just been in general practice today. I've had 3 days of general practice this week in the UK, as you can tell from my accent. Now, let me see. I grew up on a farm and I've always been very closely connected to the environment and to animals and to ecology. That's part of where I come from. I'm a scientist. Because I broke my back before I started medical school, I actually had to spend 4 years doing research in the middle of medical school as part of trying to create alternative careers for myself if I couldn't cope with clinical medicine, because I had 25 years of back pain. That means I am a scientist. So I have spent 4 years in pure science doing the sort of research that David Schmidt talks about in exploring these patches that he's created. But I'm also very spiritual. I'm an energy healer. I know from my energy healing training and progression that we can heal ourselves. We have the capacity to heal ourselves from everything if we just give ourselves the resources. When I say everything, I'm not saying that sometimes our spirit, sometimes our soul has said that it's time for us to go back. If you're Christian or other religions, you may say that sometimes God wants you back. So it's not that we can always make ourselves better, but we can heal ourselves from so much more than the modern medical approach gives us credit for. And here am I, as a doctor, prescribing medications all the time. I'm in the National Health Service, saying this. So I really feel we can heal ourselves. So I was really pleased when I came across this product that I'm going to talk to you about today. I just want to say a disclaimer, which I usually have as a slide. Everything I say today, it does not constitute medical advice. Even though I am a doctor, I'm not in a medical relationship with you. Therefore, you can't sue me for giving you the wrong advice, okay? We're not giving you medical advice. We're just sharing the information that's the result of our own education and experience, and you can educate yourself. I recommend that you educate yourself as fully as possible and make your own decisions in collaboration with a trusted health advisor. And finally, these patches are not medical devices. They're not medications. They are not intended to treat, cure, or ameliorate the symptoms of any disease. So although we're going to share with you some amazing things that have happened to people who have used the patches, please know that it's not the patches that have done that. The patch only, like my energy healing, the patch only enables our bodies to heal themselves. So those improvements are due to our bodies, and we're just helping them along. So these patches, what on earth are they? I'm not going to play the videos, if that's okay. You can watch them later. Right. So why are we talking about stem cell activation? Now, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. And that's really noticeable. You may notice if you're over 50, over 60, that you heal much more slowly from cuts. Your skin tends to scar more. And I'd like you to reflect that everything you see on the outside of our bodies is happening on the inside as well. So if when I cut myself, I scar more on the outside, if something happens inside, I scar more inside as well. Now, hundreds of millions of people are, well, billions of people are in the world are experiencing symptoms of aging now. And you will definitely know people who have symptoms of aging and symptoms of chronic diseases that are brought on by aging as well. And of course, I as a doctor see it every day, and it's heartbreaking. At the age of 30, already only half of your stem cells are active, but at the age of 60, you've lost 80, 90, 95% of your stem cell activity. So this is something that's really contributing to our aging. Now, what are stem cells? They are the base cells that the body can use to create any tissue. So we can create nerve cells from stem cells. We can create skin cells. We can create liver cells. They're quite amazing. And there have been some progress in recent years in stem cell science and stem cell medicine, but it tends to be a highly expensive injection, and it tends to be controversial. Either it's using our own cells from our bone marrow, in which case they're very often already aged as much as we have, and lost that potential, or else they are taken from cord blood, from the placental cord blood, so they're cells from there. Now, what this does is we're not using stem cells, we're activating your own stem cells. So we're getting a similar magical effect to these very, very expensive injections that cost between 8,000 and 100,000 a shot. Plus you have to travel to remote corners of the world like Costa Rica and Mexico to be able to access them. But instead, we've got a low-cost patch that does the same, or does the same thing. It seems to have the same effect on the body, which is great. So how does X39 work? As you can hear, my voice is going already. It's about the GHK copper, or copper peptide, which is the holy grail of anti-aging. This is a peptide in the body, which, if it's increased in the body, it has the effect of reactivating our own stem cells. Now, what happens with these little patches? They've not got copper peptide in them, but they have organic nanocrystals in them, which, when they're activated by our own infrared light, they then send photons back into the body to activate our copper peptide. And you will see there are different patches within the group. Each patch is designed to activate certain cells within the body. In this case, it's the stem cells. And that's what we're so excited about, or what I'm so excited about. So what about LifeWave, the company that's created these? It's a 19-year-old company, and David Schmidt, the founder, has been working on the X39 stem cell activation for 10 years. Now, it got released in 2020 at the time of COVID, and suddenly it went from $20 million as a company to $280 million just in the last 2 years, because of the potential for helping people to feel better, and look better, and just feel younger again. It's open in 75 countries, which is fantastic. As you can see, it's set to carry on increasing. Excuse me. Here's David Schmidt, who's an inventor. So he's come from a family of inventors. He's a scientist, and he's got over 150 patents, I think, now. And getting one patent takes a lot of work and a lot of money. He's also received awards, including the Advanced Technology Award. And this is one example of a patent. In this case, it's about wearable phototherapy apparatus, which is these patches. So it's recently patented technology. It's not a Me Too product like most companies. Now, I've had partnerships with other companies in the past, and I love those companies. I believe that these partnerships give me much better quality products than if I was going on a profit only basis with my products. But even if, and I do have the best supplements in the world, there's still other supplements. Even though I have fantastic skincare, there is other skincare. Even though I have a fantastic weight management program and weight loss products, there are other weight loss products. And so there's always competition, and that can make building a business, if that's what you're interested in, quite tricky. With these patented patches, it's not a Me Too product. There is no technology to match it. Everybody else who's working with stem cells is working with injections. So what happens when you do activate your stem cells? Well, let's look at this. And remember, we're not treating, curing, ameliorating the symptoms of any disease, but what we're finding is that we get an increase in, we get symptoms that do improve as a result of your body being able to heal itself. So, for example, we see rapid pain relief. Sometimes within a day, we're seeing pain relief that has been a chronic pain for years. I know of one of George's clients who had trigeminal neuralgia for more than 15 years. And within 12 hours of starting using the patches, that pain had gone away. Now, if you know anything about trigeminal neuralgia, and other neuropathic pains. Trigeminal neuralgia particularly is known as the suicide disease because people are so, the pain is so severe, so sudden, it makes people really want to kill themselves because it's so severe. And she'd had problems for a long, long time. Reduced inflammation. We're seeing inflammation in joints reduce. We're seeing inflammation in chronic illnesses like fibromyalgia and like rheumatoid arthritis, chronic pain syndromes. We're seeing the inflammation reduce, and that's measurable in terms of CRP, which is one of the ways we measure inflammation. And in terms of obviously symptoms, we and remember, you know, we are enabling the body to heal itself so that the fibromyalgia goes away. Okay, it supports wound healing, and we've got photographs that we can share with you. If you get back to the person who invited you to this talk today, we've got photos that show amazing wound healing within 7 days, within 14 days, within 21 days, depending on the type of wound that's involved. And so it's really good for if you're having an operation or if you've had a fall, and you'll see some examples of that. Energy and vitality, those are less tangible, I'll admit, but they energy and vitality and mental clarity and brain fog, these are scourges of our world now, and partly it's because we are not getting enough nutrition, we've got toxins in our environment. But anything we can do to improve that mental clarity, that energy and vitality, we welcome with open arms. And many of us have seen an improvement in that within 7 days, within 30 days. We do recommend people try the patches for a 90-day period, and that gives you the best chance of seeing the improvements that we've seen. We are seeing an enhanced sports performance. So if you're an athlete, if you're into that side of things, we're really seeing reduced lactic acid buildup. We're seeing reduced pain. We're seeing improved recovery after exercise and actual sports performance. And so David Beckham has been wearing these patches. There are other sportsmen and women who use them, and they're used by the US Olympic sports swimming team as well. And then improved skin appearance. The number of photographic testimonials we see of people's skin improving are absolutely amazing. And it's something that many of us aspire to once we reach the age of 40 and start seeing a few wrinkles. So many of us aspire to this, and many others of us don't worry about that. But I'd like you to bear in mind, as I said earlier, if there's an improvement in the skin appearance on the outside, that reflects an improvement in the organs on the inside. So I'd like you to be aware that we're not just here for cosmetic reasons. We really aren't. And I've heard people saying, oh, anti-aging and regenerative medicine is it's all about vanity. It isn't. We're wanting you to have a better quality of life for longer, and we're hoping to be with you in our hundreds. That's when we're over 100, not when we're hundreds of us, well, thousands of us, obviously. Yeah, so I'm just saying, Ingi is the trigeminal neuralgia person. She's had it for 45 years and the pain stopped in 15 minutes. Now, as a doctor, I'm aware more than anybody of these different things. So yeah, absolutely. And you know, there's countless. I mean, I just, it blows me away. It's something I've been looking for decades. I've been a doctor for over 30 years and I've never seen anything like this. People with Parkinson's disease who are unable to do more than a shuffle with a Zimmer, suddenly able to walk without even a stick again, able to talk more animatedly and take part in social gatherings. People with dementia and brain and age-related cerebral decline, starting off with hardly saying a word, and at the end of 30 days even with the patch, able to have conversations with spontaneous long sentences. We've got a video sharing this. It's amazing. So what are the long-term results? Let's first look at what's happening, looking at the science that there is available. And you will find, my sister sort of said, oh, but all these science, all the studies of people related to the company, that's because this is a patented product. And so the only way you can get get hold of this is by having something to do with the company. So in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Now that is amazing to me as a functional medicine doctor who specializes in nutrigenomics and hormone balance and helping people to reset their genes. To be able to do this with just a patch is just astounding. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced and we get decreased symptoms of anxiety and depression and some of the PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. Within 3 months, we find an increase in collagen, which has noticeable effects on wrinkles, hair growth. This is amazing. People who have been balding, men who've been balding for decades, suddenly starting to grow their hair. People whose hair has been going grey, starting to grow darker, their natural colour back at the roots again. It increases the structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular systems. And within 6 months, this was amazing to me as a doctor who deals with cardiovascular disease every day. The heart reverses in age in 14 out of 15 people. 6 months of using the patch reduced their vascular age by an average of 8 years. Now, my husband's best friend died of a heart attack at the age of 52 2 years ago. If I have any way of doing this, I want that, for my friends, for my family, for my clients. Okay. Now, this is a website that your contact with the company has probably already shared with you. It's startx39.com, and it's a fabulous website. It shows you some simple videos that explain how it works. And depending on the degree of research that you personally feel you need to do to research this, some of us need to do more research. Some of us just look at a testimonial and say, yes, I want to try that. That's just different personalities. Neither of them is wrong. We're all right to choose the degree of detail that we want. But this allows you to choose that detail. There are science talks, there are testimonials, there are talks from the founder, and there's an explanation of how it works. So it's great. And then how do you wear it? Well, all the studies, because you have to have very streamlined processes when you're doing a scientific study or a clinical study, all the studies either had the patches at the base of the neck here or just below the tummy button. And that is just for that consistency. What we have found, though, is that you can put it anywhere. I tend to put it at the base of my neck here. And sometimes there are reasons why you might choose to wear some different patches. I have here an Eon, which is an anti-inflammatory and anti-anxiety patch. And I'm putting that at the moment over my shoulder, which is a little bit painful. So you can localize it. What the acupuncturists are finding, and one thing that really helped me feel the credibility of the company, is that they often recommend putting them on acupressure points along meridians, and that works for me. Either way, you put it on for 12 hours and you take it off for 12 hours. So most of the time I put it on for 12 hours during the day and take it off overnight. Make sure that you drink plenty of water. Where we say throw away the patch, then what you can actually do is recycle it by giving it to your dog or your cat or your horse. And so I've got 3 dogs who are having their patches overnight that we've had during the day, because there is still some activity. The important thing is to have 12 hours off, because your body becomes acclimatized to it. It's something called tachyphylaxis or resistance. The body doesn't respond so well unless you've had that 12 hours off. All right, so it's up to 12 hours on and at least 12 hours off. And drink plenty of good quality water. That means filtered water. I don't drink tap water, and I don't recommend you do either. So here are just some examples of the testimonials, and I am going to pad this out with some larger images of the testimonials, but you're sitting at home now, so you can see these quite clearly. First of all, this wound here, I'm not sure whether it was from a fall or from an operation. I think looking at the second picture, I suspect it was from a fall. As we get older, these falls cause such a lot of damage to the skin. And as you can see, it started to heal there. It doesn't look very happy here, but it is healing. And then at just 21 days, there is very little scarring left, which I feel is very good. Now, if we look at the bottom left here, this is a woman who has been using the patch for 42 days and then for a year. We also have pictures of her after 2 years, and she looks even younger. And if you look, there is less wrinkles under the eyes, less shadows under the eyes, less wrinkles around the mouth. And really, the eyes are lifted, the skin is clearer, and there's a better energy to it. What she's saying is pain is no longer an ongoing issue. Hair is thicker. I'm really noticing the improvement in my skin. I can only imagine what's going on inside. And then here are some of the hair examples that I told you about. Here are two, I think they're both men, but two people who lost their hair. If you're anything like my husband and my husband's entire family, the genes are there and you don't expect to ever grow it back. But these people have in just 3 months with the X39 patch. So I'd like you to stop, and I'm going to just pause for breath for a moment here. I do tend to speak very fast when I'm passionate about something. So I'd like you to think for a moment, what's most important in your life? Is it your family? Is it time freedom? Is it security, travel, better health, less debt? I think in these times of credit crunch, we all really need all of these. I think COVID has taught us how important family and relationships are, and how important it is to spend quality time with those you love. Time freedom, security, financial security, travel. I'd love to travel more than I do. And less debt. So COVID really damaged my functional medicine practice. My practice closed down at the beginning of COVID. I've been virtual since, and I've never really managed to pick it off the ground as much as I want to, because I'm juggling so many things. And then better health. We all want better health. I don't want to catch these colds. I thought I got it nailed, and I obviously didn't. I caught it off my kids when we were on holiday last week. So so the potential of the stem cell industry. So we're going to talk a little bit about this as a business. It is a networking business, and I love networking businesses. I feel they're the best way of empowering anybody to create the life that they want, to create more income, multiple streams of income. If you want to make £100 extra a week, that's fine. If you want to make more, that's also fine. And now that we are all used to getting maybe a little bit of money if we refer somebody to Amazon or to Uber or to Airbnb, it's less alien to us. Many of you are already in network marketing or affiliate marketing, and so you understand this side of the business. Anyway, let's look at the stem cell industry. Stem cell therapy is becoming more popular, and people are realizing the importance of these healthy stem cells. And it's expected to explode from $200 million to $300 billion in the next few years. So in terms of the compensation plan, we're going to come back to this at the end, so that those of you that aren't interested don't have to watch it. But basically, you can earn up to $25,000 a week from this system. And because it's a binary compensation plan, it does mean that we help you build your business. So whether you want to just try the patches, or whether you think you're going to refer it to 5 people you know, or whether you are keen to actually make this your way out of the credit crunch, we're here to support you. So contact the person who introduced you, who brought you to this and invited you to this talk, and they'll explain that to you. And I know network marketing and MLMs have a bad name amongst many people. I didn't have those preconceptions, so I was a bit shocked first time I had that objection when I was talking to people. But all network marketing is a franchise that's much less expensive than a franchise. That's all it is. And so I have a franchise in this, George has a franchise in this, Chris has a franchise in this company. And we're all helping each other to build our businesses and to support our clients, so that if there are questions and one of us isn't available, another person will step in. There are other additional ways of earning money, giving an unlimited income potential. And the awareness is growing fast. We have a system of sampling. So we talk to people. If they're happy to buy the patches, then we will share that, how to do that. Or in some situations, we will share them. And Chris has done some amazing things with setting off what are called patching parties, which is great if you're building locally to where you live. I love building globally across the country and across the world. And that's why I love Zoom and the potential of Zoom presentations such as this. But I also you can't beat that connection from seeing people face to face, as I have been today. And that's where even general practice has its bonuses for me. And we have a really good training website, this one here, build331.com. This has amazed me. It made me, and some of Onyx Cole's training, I thought after 15 years in network marketing, I'd heard it all, but she had some really good ideas in helping you to make a success of your business if you choose to join us in that way. So time is now to make your move. Oh, right on time, half an hour. Are you serious about your dream? Do you have any other options? Do you want to be pain-free and financially free? And if George and Chris would like to share some more examples of, let's stop the share. If George and Chris would like to share some more examples of testimonials, because we have unlimited, it's blown me away how many people are getting answers from this.
I think we should ask Ingi to speak, because I told you about Ingi with the trigeminal neuralgia, and she's actually on this call. So I think that would be very powerful. So if you like, Ingi, unmute your mic. We have to find you to get you to unmute your mic. And you tell us, you know, I think how it's about 3 months since you're using the patches. Tell us, you know, the ongoing story.
Firstly, I would just like to say, Allie, well done on your first official Zoom presentation. You were absolutely phenomenal. Well done. Thank you so much. And it's so nice to have a different perspective, specifically coming from a medical doctor. So thank you so much.
Totally. Forgive me, I didn't say that. Ingi, are you on?
Hi, okay, there I am. Okay, I couldn't unmute myself. Hello, everybody. Happy evening. And we're on load shedding, so I'm not putting on my camera, otherwise I'm going to lose you. And I'm on torchlight anyway. So thanks, Alison, Dr. Alison, for that lovely. I had to put in my little bit there because I suffered with this damn disease for 45 years. From the age of 19. And initially in my 20s, it wasn't that bad. In my 30s, it started to get a little bit hectic, and I'd have an attack at least twice a month. Then as I got into my 40s, I'd start having attacks every week. As I got into my 50s, I was having an attack every day. And in my 60s, now over the last 10 to 15 years, I was having between 3 and 8 attacks a day. Per day. That meant that I literally was non-functional because as Dr. Allison said, trigeminal neuralgia is called the suicide disease. And I honestly have prayed for dear Jesus to come and take me so often that my animals have actually become frantic, because I live on my own. There's nobody to help me when I have an attack. And it's so sweet how they all come and clamor around me. Anyway, I can still have an attack now because my trigeminal neuralgia can be onset by a gust of wind blowing against my cheek or lights that are too bright. So over the last 3 months that I've been on the patches, I think I've had about maybe not more than 10 attacks, from having 3 to 8 per day over the last 15 years. So I am so over the moon with my results. I have to be very careful because I feel like there's nothing wrong with me anymore. And if I'm not careful and I jerk my head around too quickly, or if I don't wear my neck brace, which I still wear for a couple of hours every day just to support my neck because the bones are still damaged, then I can feel it. But overall, my hair color is starting to come back. I haven't dyed my hair now on purpose because I've got a little coif in the front and that's going back to its natural brown. There's gray around it, but I'm watching as it disappears. My eyebrows are growing. I had quite a bit of scarring on my face because my trigeminal neuralgia is from a motor car accident. And in that accident, my face was very scarred. Around my eyebrows wasn't something that you could see immediately, but my eyebrows didn't grow. And now they're starting to grow again, which is fabulous. My nails are growing fast and hard and long, and I'm just loving the general overall feeling of wellness. I'm also supplementing with glutathione, Aeon, which I wear at night, and carnosine, and I'm just really loving the patches. So that's my testimony.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ingi. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that this is a continuous process. I heard somebody on a call the other day who said he had, well, it was a video, he'd taken something like 80,000 pills in the last 10 or 15 years, and he figured on another 80,000 in the next 10 or 15 years. Now he doesn't need to have the pills. Is there anybody else who'd like to say something? Raise their hand, or
Before they do, I'll just say that I was on at least 4 pain pills a day, every month, 4 pain pills a day, in the morning, in the evening. And if I could slip in an anti-inflammatory, I would do that as well. And I'm at this point not on any meds at all.
Wow,
Happy to report.
That's powerful.
Mm.
Sure. Thanks for that, Ingi. Thank you. That is absolutely amazing. Before we let Laura speak, just very quickly, on Monday, I met with a person that I haven't seen in about 2 years, and he saw a post that I put on Facebook, and he's suffering with tremendous back pain and asked if we could meet. And like I say, I haven't seen him in 2 years. And as we sat down at the coffee table, he didn't open his mouth. He just looked at me with this look on his face, like his eyeballs went big. He said, "Chris, what are you doing? You are looking younger." And that's probably about the 10th person that has said that to me in the last 2.5 to 3 weeks. So anybody that knows me from the end of last year, check this. You know, these black rings are gone. The wrinkles. I mean, I actually cannot believe this. You know, I was really starting to get some crow's feet. So I'm visibly seeing what it's done in 3.5 months already. So I'm just like over the moon, over the moon. Laura, let's let you have a word. We haven't heard your voice yet. Let's hear what your voice sounds like. We hear you very busy on the group. So let's hear what you have to say.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say hi. It was my first day yesterday. I just started, and I'm a case that science would love to study. I was told I was never going to get better. I was going to live on antidepressants forever. I've been in the UN. I've worked as a journalist, advocacy, undercover for 3 years. I got blasted, came back. I had a near-death experience, which sort of made me see 2022. And I said, shit, I have to come back. And somehow I made a ring in the shape of a life wave 2 years ago. And each time I started asking questions, what is right about this crisis? What's happening? What can I do? What else can I find? I did not want to go find medication from the hoarded, corrupt places. And I ended up finding you guys and George. I'm freaking grateful. I was told I was not going to walk. I have scars on my legs, but it's getting better, and just so grateful.
Thank you.
And yeah, looking forward. And my friend in New Jersey, Shorer, she started also yesterday. So I told her, let Vicky start as well. Javi spoke to Vicky. So because Vicky was saying, but I don't have any illnesses. I said, your mood, baby. She's always angry and this and that. She said, okay, so just thank you. I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
And today there were protests and people are injured. I went to the hospitals. So all these little things that happen make me go inside hospitals more and tell people also to stop the vaccines, which has been major. So I'm just grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
So now we can talk about if you want to, Chris, about the compensation plan.
100%. This is the part that gets me like really fired up and very excited. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris, and I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you to George. George and I, we've known each other for nearly 2 years. And yeah, in the end of last year, I don't know if anybody's ever had burnout after working 16, 17, 18 hours a day. I hit burnout and I was sick in bed for 2 weeks in November. First time in my life I've ever experienced that at the age of 48. And George saw me on a Zoom call and said, "You're really not looking good. I've got something that can help you." And what's very interesting is George sent me some information about LifeWave. And the information sort of like went over my head. I looked at it, but I sort of scanned over it. It was only middle of November when George sent me a 6.5-minute message. And in that message were 3 different testimonies. The testimony, which hopefully we can get Harvey to talk about just now, of how X39 has helped Harvey and Olga with their son that has autism. And then he told me about his friend in France that suffers from tinnitus. My girlfriend suffers from tinnitus, and a person that had a sore leg playing golf. So just by telling me about what this product has done for people, it got my attention. Then I started looking at the information that George sent me. And, very quickly, the patches arrived. I put the patches on, and within 5 days, which I'm very grateful for, I could feel the difference that the patches made in my life. Here I am 3.5 months later, part of LifeWave, and my life has totally turned around, and I am beyond grateful. As Dr. Allie was saying just now, the industry that LifeWave belongs to, and I'm so proud of, is the network marketing industry. Now, network marketing, believe it or not, has been around for 110 years. 110 years. That's how long network marketing has been around. And it's been proven that network marketing has made more millionaires than any other industry in the world. And the part that I love about network marketing does not discriminate. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what color you are, what sex you are, nothing. It's a level playing field for everybody. And let me tell you something that is really, really cool, is person that introduced to LifeWave that has joined underneath me has outranked me and is actually earning more money on a weekly basis than what I am. So that is the most fair system I've ever seen in my entire life. And, LifeWave was going to start off as a traditional company where the product would go onto infomercials and TV and print media, social media. And, when you look at a traditional company, I've owned my international children's toy company for over a decade. So I know what it's like and what it costs to take a product into the international marketplace. There's certain expenses that need to get paid anyway. And what I love about this industry, instead of spending the money on these media companies and these media giants making them trillions of dollars, they're rather taking the money and putting it back into the hands of the people, which is, I think that is the most fair thing I've ever seen in my life. I've been out of the network marketing industry for over 20 years. So for me, I've come back into the industry at the age of 48. And, it's like riding a bicycle. Everything just comes back to you. But the thing that really got my attention before I'm going to show something to you now is when I joined, the first thing I asked George was, how old is LifeWave? And George said to me, Chris, the company is 19 years old. I went, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. One word came into my mind when George told me 19 years old: stability. I've been around the block and, I've seen companies come and go, come and go, come and go. I think we are all so sick and tired of that. And for 1 year short of 2 decades, shows me stability. And then the next thing that George mentioned to me was not 10, not 50, not 80, 133 patents. Guys, I don't think people actually realize what we're sitting with right now. To be in the network marketing industry with a product that works and has got patents, which means you've got no competition. So as Dr. Allie said just now, this is not a Me Too product. So this is not my powder's better than your powder and my pills are better than your pills. This company, LifeWave, is in a league of its own, a league of its own. It's got no competition. And to see what this product is doing for people on a daily basis, guys, if you knew what we're sitting on right now, the company did $300 million turnover last year. They're projecting to do $1 billion turnover in 2025. So we're sitting right at the beginning of something very special. And we're going to start hitting what you call in this industry, at the traditional business world, it's called an exponential growth curve. So a company starts to do this, and suddenly it hits that exponential curve. And we are right at the crest of the wave, because I can tell you right now, this is my own personal opinion. I believe that LifeWave in the next 5 years is going to be the biggest network marketing company in the world. And that is because of hitting that curve now and because of what this product is doing for people. I get blown away every single day. Many of you have heard the story about what it's done for my mom. That was the turning point for me, what LifeWave has done for my mom. George, do you think I should quickly share it with everybody?
Yeah,
yes, okay.
I do.
Okay, let me do that. Before I talk about the business, guys, my name is...
After you share that one, let's get Javi to tell his story as well.
All right, before I go into the business side, my name is Mr. Skeptical. You know, I overanalyze. Let me tell you something. I want to make sure that the company is legit and solid and you name it. But let me tell you, the biggest turning point for me, my mom suffers from a disease called fibromyalgia. Dr. Allie spoke about that just now. It's also categorized under the suicide disease. Now, I've taken my mom to doctors, specialists. She's been on all different types of chronic medication. She's had drips put into her veins, and those drips would last for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks with a push, and they're expensive, very, very, very expensive. And so my mom would not sleep for longer than an hour. She wouldn't sleep for longer than an hour. The pain would actually wake her up. She would eat paracetamol tablets, like literally chew them, like we would eat Smarties. And my mom would actually cry from the pain. So here I am. I've been on the product for a week. All of a sudden, the brain fog had lifted off my head after 5 days. So I was feeling like great. So here I am. I'm bouncing around. I go see my mom. And what I do, I take her the sleeve of X39 patches, right? And I say, Mom, I've got something that I think is going to help you. You know what my mom said to me? She said, my boy, don't waste your money on me. You know, we've tried everything. And I thought, wow. I said, Mom, you know what? We're going to try this. And the funny thing is, after three days, my mom sent me a WhatsApp message saying, I don't know how to explain this to you, but my toothache has disappeared. I was like, what? I didn't even know she had toothache. Her toothache had disappeared. The other thing that happened to my mom is she had a lump cut off her nose about 4 years ago. For the last 2 years, my mom has had a cyst on the inside of her nose, which is basically, not getting too graphical, but has been leaking, and the leaking would not stop. You know, she put ointment and take tablets and antibiotics and just would not stop leaking. He said every day the leaking got less and less and less, and the cyst was getting smaller. He said after 2 weeks, turned into a baby little scab, and it fell away. The cyst has disappeared after 2 weeks. But guys, this is the part that really turned my life around, and my journey with LifeWave is after 3 weeks, my mom She didn't WhatsApp me this time. She phoned me. And when she phoned me, she was crying. Now, you can understand, my mom is 70 years old. She weighs 38 kilograms because of the fibromyalgia. She's thin as a rake. So with her crying, what do? You panic. First thing you do is panic. And I said, Mom, are you okay? Are you okay? She said to me, I slept last night for the first time in 16 years. I'm pain-free. And I thought, my goodness gracious me. Guys, when it is close to home, it carries so much weight. Yes, it's fine what it did for me, but I saw what it did for my mom, because I know she's been suffering with this disease, uncontrollable disease, for 16 years. And if this product did what it did, I know what we are sitting on right now, guys. And I feel like I can't keep this to myself. I feel an obligation to share this with people, because, guys, now that I'm back in the, if you want to call it the health and wellness industry, now that I'm back after, being out of it for 20 years, I didn't realize how much pain and problems people have got right now. Guys, people are suffering out there. People have got some really big problems. And from a pain point of view, I've never seen anything work so quickly in my life before. So, yeah, before we do that, let's see if Harvey can quickly jump on and quickly tell us his testimony, because it's Harvey's testimony that is what got me interested in finding out more about LifeWave.
Well, I would add that when I there was a video I saw under duress, because I thought, stem cells, I'm Mr. Skeptical double, and I thought they sound barbaric, made out of stolen fetus, stolen placenta and aborted fetuses. No. And they said, no, this is different. And when I saw David Schmidt speaking to health professionals, I realized that this is something totally revolutionary. And I said, I'm going to try it. But I also said, I want to speak to somebody who's been involved with this company. So that very same day, I was introduced to Javi. He's in New Jersey. And we got on, we spoke. We actually had the same birthday. We discovered on our second call. And his story is very, very powerful. So, but that's how I met Javi, and that's how come he's here with us today. Okay. Open your mic. Whoops, sorry, do it again.
Good.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Don't mind me. I'm over here in the parking lot picking up my boys from school. But I'm sitting here and I'm listening to all these testimonials, and they're so impactful, because this is why we do this, because we actually have a reliable product that we can lead with, to hear the stories of people. And the stories that we get every single day. I wake up and my inbox is flooded with testimonials of people. I mean, of course we can't make claims, but this is what the patch is doing. Okay. And I'm gonna say this real quick, because I want Chris to continue. And Dr. Allie, you did a phenomenal job. You totally crushed it. Okay. Good job presenting today. And so 8 months ago, I took my wife and I took our son to Mexico for the second time to get stem cell injections. We take a chance doing these things, because as a parent, you want your son or your child to have a good quality of life. He has autism. Autism is inflammation in the brain. So when you have inflammation in the brain says one thing and the body says another. That's called apraxia. And so when we came back the second time, and it was a pretty good penny, as Dr. Allie said, going out getting stem cells overseas. And we did it once, but not once, but twice. We had very minimal results. And we just went with the hype, injecting with stem cell. And when we came back, our friend Mike Hernandez, who was my business partner from our prior company, told me about this patch that rejuvenates the stem cell. My wife was not a believer, because she said, no, we have to get injected. And I say that rated G because she takes this pretty serious. And those wasn't the words that she actually said. She said the B word, that it was total bull. And he ended up sending us those patches anyway. So overnight, we got this package with these patches. And the one thing my wife said, she looked into it. She said, well, the worst thing we can do is nothing. And that's actually Alex back there. We just picked him up from school. And so we put these patches on him. And within 2 weeks, you know, this may not seem like a lot to us, but he's a 9-year-old boy. This meant a lot to him. The two things he wanted to do was ride a bike and swing on a swing by himself. So since there's apraxia, we had to actually push him to actually get the momentum on the swing or on the bike, because there's a brain-body disconnect. Mind says one thing, the body does another. And he gets very frustrated because he's nonverbal and he cannot talk. So 2 weeks, we're sitting in the breakfast area having breakfast, and Alex is in the backyard, and we see him swinging on a swing with tremendous momentum. So we thought that his brothers were out there pushing him, when in fact their brothers were upstairs playing video games. So we went outside, and you see this 9-year-old boy with a smile from ear to ear, because he did the one thing that he wanted to do, was swing on a swing. Now, how do you think that will make a parent feel at that moment? Okay, so evidently the X39 attacks inflammation. Okay, so he does have inflammation in the brain. Now, so we kept on using the patch. So we added a glutathione patch, because we used to give him glutathione as well. About 3 weeks later, we have a Peloton in our house, and he points at the Peloton. So we put my wife's shoes on, they're very tiny shoes, and he's riding the freaking Peloton. And I sent George the video with a smile from ear to ear, and he is in awe. He was like in heaven. So we said, wait a minute. If the patch is doing this thing, the world needs to know about this secret, a hidden secret that no one knows about. And let me tell you something, for the past 8 months, every single day, we've been patching the world, and the stories that we're getting is phenomenal. Alex, come here. And this little boy here used to be a headbanger. This little boy used to have come here, buddy. Come here. Used to be frustrated. Say hi to my friends. Say hi.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, this little boy had problem communicating. He was very frustrated. He used to have a helmet on. The journey for him was not easy. But when we put the patch on, the two things that he wanted to do, he actually did it. Now, you're sitting here on this Zoom and you're hearing all these testimonials, and you're all probably saying to yourself, "Wow, I could use this patch." Or this person could use this patch. Or I know this person who suffers from fibromyalgia. I know this person whose children has autism. I know this person who has pain, who has anxiety, PTSD, on and on and on, that this patch can actually help them with. Okay. And you can be the answer to their problem. Okay. So here in LifeWave, our job is to resolve people's problems. Mike Hernandez resolved our problem. Okay, we don't have to go overseas anymore and spend thousands and thousands of dollars to inject our son with stem cell injections and risk his life, when we could just put a nice little patch on and have his own stem cell do the work. Now, how does that sound? Okay, so if anybody's here is looking to get better health, number one, because without health, you can't enjoy anything. Okay, you're in the right place. Welcome home. Dr. Allie hit the nail on the head, saying that, this patch is the avenue so your body can heal itself. Okay, that is beautiful. That's like music to my ears. And if you're looking for that, you're in the right place. If you're looking to help people and you want to know something, Chris is going to touch on this, and making a little bit of good money on the side, you're in the right place too. I'm going to let Chris touch on that. But that's my son's testimonial. He's a 9-year-old boy who hit the lotto on riding a bike and swinging on a swing. What do you think the patch can do to you? What do you think that patch can do for people who you know that are suffering, that need this thing? Just think about it. Just think about it. So I'm gonna leave you guys at that. Chris and Dr. Allie doing a phenomenal job. Guys, have an open mind and an open heart to see what's going on here. Okay, this is amazing, and it not only can happen for us, but it certainly can happen to you and the people who you love and the friends that you love. We have the answer to that. I'm done.
Thank you, Kari. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all your support and everything you do for us and this team. We love you lots. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so as Kari was saying, as we were all actually saying, you're thinking about people that are suffering from something. And like I said, I feel like I'm obligated to, get this out to the world. And you know what, the opportunity side of it, the business side of it is one of the best I've ever seen in my life. As I mentioned just now, network marketing has been around for a very long time. And you get traditional uni-level network marketing, which is how it all started. And Allie spoke very quickly. She showed that quick picture where it said the word binary. And let me tell you something, that is the most powerful system I've ever seen in my life. So I'm going to quickly touch on it now, but I'm just going to go into the basics quickly. You're probably thinking, all right, I like what I see. Where do I start? Where do I get started? What are the prices? How does this all work? But very quickly, I see that Ingi's got a hand up. I just want to quickly see if she wants to say something before I get started. Ingi, unmute yourself.
Thank you. I have. What I wanted to say is whatever people out there are suffering from, whatever illness or fatigue or whatever, there's one critical thing that we're all suffering from, and that is old age. We're all getting older every single day. And one of the biggest problems, I come from the financial industry, I was a financial planner. And one of the biggest problems in the world today is that people are living much longer than they used to. Now, for myself, if I'm going to live till 110, which I think I might because my grand died at 99, I want to make sure that I'm in the fittest condition that I can be while I'm around here. So I tell you, each month I'm adding new patches, and I'm so motivated to stay on them and be on them for the rest of my life. So that's something that we all suffer from, and that we're all going to meet up with finally. Don't know about you, but I want to be able to move and talk and walk and be active right until the moment that I die.
You'll be on the stage again with your guitar?
My drum kit, yes, I will. Well, I still played throughout all of this, and it was the very worst thing once we were playing. And as we finished our last number, I started having an attack. And the first thing people want to do as you come off stage is talk to you. And I literally had to be carried away and put in a room where I could lie down until I was able to stand up again, literally. So this has saved my life. I don't know if I said that enough when I gave my testimonial earlier, but I will not be without my LifeWave patches. That's 100% sure.
Oh, Ingi, you're a star.
Me.
Thank you. I love what you just said there. Yep, we're going to be getting older, and you know what? People ask sometimes, can we go? When can we stop using the patches? I turned around and said, looking at the way I'm feeling right now, I'll never go off these patches. I would never want to start aging again. I want to stay as young as I can and as healthy as I can for as long as possible. So, so very quickly, you're probably thinking to yourself, all right, we heard people talking about different products and names and that type of thing. So just in case you think, oh, hang on, I just want to go, I was in the beginning here. 1 second, I just want to start it off at this point. Here we go. And from current slide. There we go. So George, just want to check, can you see everything properly?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So, so you heard, you watched Dr. Allie. She spoke very lot about the product called X39. Now, X39 is our flagship product. This was the product that was developed 3.5 years ago. And this is what's taking LifeWave to the next level, putting it onto the exponential.
Landed on the market 3.5 years ago. It was developed over the previous 10 years.
Yes, that's right. So developed over the last 10 years, and as George said, landed in the market 3.5 years ago. So very quickly, there are supportive products as well. So there's one very quickly, one for sports, one for extreme pain, sleep, stress, stamina, immune system, weight loss, weight management, energy, mood, animals, and skin. So these are the support products, but the foundation product that everybody needs to be on is the X39, because anything else that you add to it is just going to be elevated and will work that much better. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, wow, what on earth do these products cost? They must cost an absolute fortune. We heard numbers flying around of thousands and thousands of dollars. David Schmidt, when he did the pricing, actually said the X39 should be retailing for anywhere from about $400 to $500 for a sleeve of patches because of what it does. But because of it being in a network marketing company, what David Schmidt his vision, he just wants to get this product out to the world, and working on a much smaller margin, has been able to get the product at a retail price out for $149 for the X39, and the other products retail. This is the retail price for $79.95, and that gives you one sleeve of patches, which is a full month's supply, plus your country tax and the delivery in the country that you're living in. But now, why would you want to do retail price when you could get the product at wholesale price? The wholesale price is only $99 per sleeve of X39, and the others wholesale price is between $49 and $69, and that is for one sleeve, 30 patches, 1 month supply, that's plus your tax and delivery. So how does this all work? You enroll to be able to get the wholesale price. The first kit, the entry-level kit, is the bronze kit. So the bronze kit is $124.95. Let's call it $125, and that gives you one sleeve of X39. That includes a once-off $25 enrollment fee, which means that you're saving $25 off the retail price immediately. And then your next order and your ongoing orders, the X39 is only $99. And as I said, that's for one sleeve, 30 patches, which is a 1 month supply. The most popular kit is the silver kit. Now, the silver kit is $300, and that gives you 3 sleeves of X39, but it waivers the enrollment fee. So you're saving $25 when you enroll at the silver kit, and you start purchasing the product at wholesale price immediately. And then your next order and ongoing is only $99. All right, those are the two entry-level enrollment kits. Then we have the business builder kits. You have the gold kit, which is $500, gives you 5 sleeves of X39. We got the platinum kit, which is $1,000, gives you 12 sleeves. And then the family pack, which is the diamond kit, which is $1,600. Now, the cool thing is with LifeWave is you can upgrade your kit at any different time, and you only pay in the difference. So in other words, if you decide, okay, you want to join and register at silver, it costs you $300, and 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, you go, oh, I need to get products for some other family members, and you think you should have actually joined at gold. It doesn't mean that it's now going to cost you $500 to join at gold. Because you are already on silver, you would only pay the $200 difference to go from silver to gold. As Dr. Allie mentioned, we are at the beginning of a curve, a 19-year-old company in 84 countries around the world. So I'm going to show you how to get this. Well, before I go into the video, I'm going to show you the stem cell market is $12 billion a year, growing exponentially at 10% per month. Now, I'm going to show everybody a very short 6-minute video clip, and it's going to take everything that we've spoken about, and it's going to put it all into perspective, where we're talking about the product, the concept, and the business side of it. But before that, what David Schmidt says, you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. Now, this is an entrepreneur's dream literally coming true. This is an established company, cutting edge science, 133 international patents with no competition. Guys, we are in the right place at the right time with the right product. Have a quick squiz of this 6-minute clip. Oh, before I do that, I want to do the sound. Share sound. There we go. And play.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science from Big Pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
And that's what gives me what you call LifeWave insomnia, because I know what we're sitting on right now, and we're talking about taking LifeWave to $1 billion US. We have all the tools in place. Take a picture of this page. Dr. Allie spoke about the website, startx39.com. It's got all the clinical trials, the studies, the patents, testimonies, all the product information you could need. Then there's the Facebook Quantum Field X39 team Facebook website, a lot of testimonies on there as well. You can also go onto the YouTube channel where our team leader of the team that we all belong to called Quantum Field, you can go onto Onyx Cole's YouTube channel. You can actually take a picture of this QR code and join the channel immediately. And then on how to build the business, on the tools, on the next step, what to do is on build331.com website, which is absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. So many tools at our disposal. So you're welcome to get back to the person who invited you onto the call this evening. If you'd like to stay on for literally another probably 7-8 minutes, what I would like to do is I'm going to play another really quick 6-minute video. And this video is going to actually go through how you actually make money through LifeWave, because there's 4 different ways of making money. And the best person to explain it is Onyx Cole herself, who has built teams of hundreds of thousands of people globally in the industry over the last 2 decades. So I'm going to go straight onto the video. Here we go. And this is done by Onyx Cole. But before I play the video, just very quickly about Onyx Cole. As I said, she's been in the industry for over 2 decades. And she actually retired from the network marketing industry. Over the years, she made commissions over $17 million US. That is a lot of money, guys. That's money that I cannot even comprehend. And she decided to retire from the industry and go into retirement. And then what happened 3.5 years ago, somebody called her up and told her about LifeWave and shared the patches with her. And Onyx Cole has gone out of retirement and has put the Quantum Field team together for us. So what's really beautiful is the person who is leading us from the front is an individual that is not doing this for the money, but doing it for the passion and wanting to make a difference in this world. So very quickly, this is the last little clip that we're going to show you, but this is going to give you the nuts and bolts on how to actually turn LifeWave into a very lucrative business. Here goes.
We're going to talk a little bit about the compensation plan, and this sheet of paper is found on the QF for Quantum Field Team, TEAM Biz, BIZ.com. You all want to write that site down because that is basically your center focus where you're going to go when you want to learn how to build business and you want to help your people build business. I know what's going on right now. All of you all are in your black books calling everybody you know, and they're getting in because it's you that's calling and your ignorance on fire. And I'm encouraging you, be ignorance on fire as long as possible. You don't need to know everything to build this business. When I started, I just started texting people. I didn't even have a patch in my hand. I worked off of the testimonial of my sponsor, and she had only been in for like 5 days. It wasn't like she had been in for very long, but she had already had a huge testimonial. So in this opportunity, I encourage all of you, lead with the patch. Lead with the patch. These stem cells, this product is amazing. David's got more than 100 patents, more than 80 scientific studies, so you can lead with it. And it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee for your distributors and a 90-day money-back guarantee for your customers. Now, the compensation plan, a lot of you have asked about it. If you go to the qfteambiz.com website, one of the steps, which I believe is step number 8, is compensation plan. And there's longer videos on there that you all can watch if you want to see a longer video. So this little sheet is there in the compensation plan section. So you can download this sheet and print this sheet for yourself. One of the ways that we get paid is called the product introduction bonus, PIB. And so that is based on whatever kit your people come in at. So it's based on your personals. So if they come in on 1 sleeve, it's a bronze. If it's 3 sleeves, it's a silver. If it's 5 sleeves, it's a gold, and it goes up to 11 and to 19 sleeves. So you'll see in this product introduction sheet, if you put in a bronze, you make $15. If you put in a silver, you make $50, and it goes all the way up to $200 as a diamond. You put in a diamond unless you yourself are a diamond. So one of the cool things is, I tell everyone when you get started in this business, is your goal is to bring 3 people in as diamond. And the reason that is because when you've come in as a diamond, for that 90 days, you're also qualified as a senior director, which means everyone you personally sponsor on a diamond kit, you will earn a $500 bonus. So if you bring in a minimum of 3 people as diamonds in that first 90 days, you will have basically earned your product back. So now all of your sampling product becomes free. So I think this is fantastic. And a lot of people in this team have already had huge product introduction bonus payouts in their first week in the business. So it's wonderful. Okay, second section of the business is the binary commissions, which we call cycle bonus. Most people know about this. This is a left team and a right team. Binary means what? 2. So you're going to build 2 teams. Everybody, including myself, builds 2 teams. And I always say, even if you end up on a power leg, which I did not, I wanted to build 2 teams. Even if you do, I encourage you to put people into the power leg, because you always want to be in control of your own business. That's just what I think anyway, in terms of building a binary. But this is a 1/3, 2/3 binary. So when you have 330 points on your lesser leg and 660 points on your greater leg, corporate pays you a $50 cycle bonus. So they subtract those points out of the left team and the right team, and they pay you a $50 cycle bonus. Now you can cycle hundreds of times in a week. In fact, you can cycle all the way up to $25,000 a week in cycle bonus, which is huge, absolutely huge. So it's the bulk. That is like the bulk of the compensation plan. So it's a 1/3, 2/3 binary. And at the bottom of that sheet, you'll see right here, this is the cap on cycle bonus based on your paid as rank for that week. As a manager, you can earn up to $1,500 a week just in cycle bonus. Okay, so that is cycle bonus. Gen match. Now, when I got here, I thought this is really strange because it's only 3 generations. And I said to David, who is the founder and the owner and CEO, after being here for about 8 weeks, I called David up and I said, I really like this. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, I really like that it's 3 generations because it's keeping us all honest. What it's saying is keep sponsoring, keep your personals for yourself. You're going to earn 25% of their cycle bonus, all of your sponsors. So I put in a player one time and he said to me, wait a minute, Onyx. So if I sponsor 4 people and they all max out cycle bonus, so they each make $25,000 a week, I make $6,250 a week per person. So I'll make another $25,000 a week just on 1 generation. I was like, yeah. So what I said to David, one of the reasons that I like this is even when you're getting started in the business, you're not making $1 or $2 in generational match. You'll find very quickly within weeks, many of you will make $50, $100 on your first generation. You're like, wow, I'm like weeks into this business and look at it going already. So first generation is 25%, second generation is 20%, and third generation is 20%. There is no cap currently on generational match. Right now, it is unlimited. The next way that you can get paid is retail profits. And that is basically if you have somebody that's going to come in as a customer, they can come in as a retail customer, and it's written right there, or they can come in as a preferred customer. And based on what they come in, we'll decide the bonus that you're going to earn. See that right there at the top left of the screen? You can find it right there, qfteambiz.com, step 8 comp plan.
There we go. And all that information is on that build331.com website. Absolutely, geez, a world of information there. So we have all the tools here to help you, here to help you every single step of the way. What I love about this is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You've got the support of myself and George and Dr. Allie and the leaders. There are so many of us that are here to help you, to assist you, get onto calls with people. We have Zooms every single Wednesday. We'll have different presenters presenting so that you've got the same information coming across, but just with different angles. And then we'll touch on the business side at the end. And then every Thursday, we've got trainings. So, George, tomorrow we're talking about?
Last week we talked about preferred customers. Tomorrow, patching parties and venues and events, because Chris has been having lots of fun with those, and they seem to be extending throughout South Africa, which is lovely to see, and events. So we figured that would be a very good thing to talk about. Different people asking, how do you do it? So we're going to learn from that. And I think the following week, we're going to talk about building inside legs. Sounds a bit like when I was measured for a uniform, sir. But yeah, building our inside leg in terms of the binary.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Thank you.
Just thank you to both of you, and thank you everybody for coming on the call. Just want to say, really what Chris said, we're here to support everybody. You know, your success is our success. Some of us are directly related in the binary. Some of us are just related in the energy that we're creating here, in the sense that Chris is on one of my legs, Alison is on another of my legs, and perhaps in another network they wouldn't have met, but here we're working together in a very human way, and that's something that I like. It's very, very different to any other network marketing company. I was never going to do network again. I had no intention of doing it until I came across X39.
You and me both, George. Yep, I was done. I was never going to join network marketing again. But you know, this is different, guys. This is different. You know what I love about this? Is this is product driven. This company is product driven. I don't ever talk to anybody else about the business. And I've got over just about 400 people in my team in 3.5 months. And I haven't spoken to one person about the business when it comes to LifeWave. I've only spoken about the product, which is so beautiful because the business organically follows on its own. So, guys, you must enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for sharing the time with us. It's been an absolute honor, privilege. Allie, thank you so much for a beautiful presentation again. George, thank you for all your support. And we'll see you guys on the groups, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, same time, same place.
Same place,
link.
same time, same link, same everything.
I'll post it shortly.
Awesome. Good night, everybody. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.